All right, we're back today and we're going to start by cutting this across. And I'm going to use my disc cut. So there we are, cut through, and we'll repeat this process on the other side. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grind our arch. I got my table at 90 degrees and we're going to just follow the line, and we're going to do both sides at the same time, checking both sides as we go. Okay, so I've decided to use the skateboard wheel for my choice, down to the point where I've ground everything, I've put everything back. So we're going to drill 5/8 inch is what the outside tube diameter is. So skateboard wheel, it looks cool and it's real quick and easy. So that will now slide down onto the shaft. Okay, so I finished up all my grinds, reassembled everything, checked for burrs, all that kind of good stuff. Did the Loctite, everything's good to go. So I just wanted to show you a little quick comparison. So here's the original, all the different mounts that fit on the original, everything just like before. And here's mine side by side. Again, a little bit larger, but I'll show you how the measurement is on all that in another segment. But here's how everything fits here. Everything nice and smooth. And I think my guy up in Idaho will like the result. So the only other thing I will do to this is I will take it apart one final time I think I'm going to bead blast it to give it a nice matte finish, because it'll get rid of all the shiny grind marks and everything. And I'll clear coat it so it has that nice excuse me, that nice finish, so it's not like spray painted black or something like that. And put all the bolts in, the hardware will look nice. The only thing I will end up changing is I will end up making, I'm gonna get time to go to my school repair shop and get my lathe, because it's not here. I'm letting the school borrow it. But anyway, actually turn this out of one complete piece. Everything I had here in the shop. So this is what I came up with. I'll swap this out with an actual piece that's made the correct length in all one piece. But like I said, this is just a coupling nut and washers I had here. But this just shows you how simple this can be. Again, if you want the vintage one, hunt it down, pay the money for it. But this is a really nice alternative to get your toms off the shelf. If you don't have them out for them, get them off the shelf and get to using them. And again, this was just a microphone boom arm from the stand. So there you are. All I got to do is install the skateboard wheel and we're good to go. So enjoy. Alright, so the project is pretty much finished. Just kind of wanted to show you some of the finished product and summarize a few things. So here is our finished product. I just finished drilling the skateboard wheel, and here's the actual real product. So everything's been Loctite with red Loctite, pinned. Everything looks as factory as possible, short of welding it on like the factory did. So the only other thing to talk about when you're building this is, yes, mine was a little bit wider. So all I did, and the other reason why I went with the skateboard wheel, it was already, luckily, I got lucky, it was already the right diameter. So how I came up with that is I came over to the original to see how much the offset it was going to need to be for holding or resting the shell against the rubber puck. So all I did was just take a straight edge and go straight down and measure out here to the edge, and it's a 1/2 inch. So as long as I keep a 1/2 inch, it does not matter what my width is here, as long as I keep the 1/2 inch. So that's what I did. Like I said, I got lucky with not the hockey puck, but the skateboard wheel, and I got the same measurement. Okay, so literally the project, I know I just kind of did it throughout my days. So if I was to add up the time with everything on hand, I did not go to the hardware store. Every bit of this stuff I had in the shop. So of course you'll go shopping a little bit, but everything's from a hardware store. Of course, the skateboard wheel, you might be able to pick it up at a skate shop or place that sells skateboards, maybe the Walmart or Target or whatever. But everything was in the shop. Again, you can bend this out of 1/8 by 1. It's just going to take you a little longer. And what I was getting at is the time, I probably spent about 2.5 hours total putting this together. Now, if you're going to make multiple ones, of course you're going to be able to knock out multiple ones quickly. And be able to probably do, in that 2.5 hours, you might be able to make 3 or 4 of these, because you're just going to knock them out. As I said earlier, the previous day, the only thing I would change, and I can't get to my lathe because I actually took my lathe to work from the repair shop at school to use, is I would turn this as one solid piece. So I ended up going with the collar, or not the collar, excuse me, the coupling nut and some washers to space it out. This is the only thing I will end up changing once I get to my lathe. But I wanted to take the time, since we're all kind of in the COVID-19 lockdown, to just kind of show you how easy this can be. It's very obtainable, and you don't have to go pay all those high prices for a vintage one unless you really absolutely have to have the vintage one. Pay the money. But if you need something that's going to work, and I think once you change this out, it's going to be aesthetically pleasing. You can paint it. What I'm probably going to do with this one is end up taking it back apart, of course, to put the tube in here. But I'm probably going to bead blast this because of where I ground. But I'm going to bead blast it all back to a matte finish, and I'm probably just going to clear coat it so that it just kind of all blends and it's not a black or some other color if I was to spray paint it. But I think I'm going to just clear coat it after I bead blast it, and it'll all be nice, a silver matte finish. But that's kind of the choices I would have made. But that's where I'm at. Again, just wanted to share this with all of you. Take it or leave it. It's worked for me, and don't be afraid to, you know, come up with your own version of it and let me know. Okay? So I hope this was useful and helpful to all of you that have all these toms, but not necessarily enough at mounts. And again, just a reminder, this was a microphone stand. Okay? So there it is. All right? Thanks everybody. Again, I hope it was all helpful, and I'll leave my info in the video, and you're welcome to get back to me. All right? Thank you everybody.